Very good morning. This is Jyoti, my Department of Biology. So today we are here to know about external fertilization and viviparous, oviparous animals, about cloning along with that metamorphosis. Okay. So first we look at what are viviparous animals and oviparous animals. Generally, I told you in humans the fertilization takes place inside of the female body. Then they automatically give birth to the next generation or direct to babies. Am I right? So look at generally viviparous animal organisms are generally classified into two types based on the giving birth. So some of the animals give birth directly, but some of them lay eggs. So now we look at it. So generally viviparous animals. Vivi means alive, parous means bearing. Viviparous. Viviparous means alive being, alive bearing animals. So generally the animals which give birth to the young ones are called viviparous animals. Mean the organisms which give birth to their next generation, direct birth to their next generations are called viviparous animals. Generally our parents gave birth to alive young ones. We are like cat gives birth for the next generation of cat. Dog gives birth for the next generation of next lion, tiger. Like they give birth to the next generation which are similar like them, direct young ones. But when you look at about the oviparous, when you are pronouncing O, it's like round, like ovi related to eggs, nothing but O, eggs, ovum, egg, right? So oviparous mean related to eggs, bearing mean the organisms, the animals which lay eggs from which young ones are hatching later on are called oviparous animals. Like frog, fish, butterfly, crow, all the birds, insects, fishes, are they even amphibians? They lay eggs, and from that eggs new young one emerges. Mean they give birth but which are not similar like them. They later change their body. Mean here the organism developmentation is taking place outside of the body. Is it clear? So most of the organisms they are viviparous, but the remaining are oviparous. Then how in the oviparous the changing of the body takes place, like in chick or in a fish not, in a frog or in silk moth. Now we look at one by one. Is it clear, students? So viviparous means the organisms which give birth to the next generation, allow young ones, and the oviparous which give birth to their next generation by laying eggs. They are called oviparous. Understood? So now we look at how oviparous animals lay eggs, and how it happens. So external fertilization I already shown video. In a frog, the male, for example, this is a female, this is a male. A male one sits on the female and start pushing its abdomen. Due to the pushing of abdomen, the sperms and the ovum both at a time released into the water, and they fuse outside of the water and they give birth for the next generation. Got it? So how frog gives birth and silk moth as well as chick, that we look at. Come. So in case of hen, how reproduction takes place? Generally here also female internal fertilization takes place. Internal fertilization takes place. Mean in a female body, the formation of zygote takes place. But the complete organism not developed in a female body. Only after the formation of zygote, it becomes as an embryo. These embryo also won't be released out immediately. Okay, this is it. So in that, an embryo is developed, and these embryo inside yolk is present, egg yolk, and white color albumin is present. After, inside of this albumin, the one more additional layer is developed. That is called, simply we say, shell. Once the shell is developed above the embryo, and a layer and albumin is developed, yolk is developed, albumin is developed, later the membrane is developed, finally the shell is developed. After, the hen lays eggs. After laying egg, hen lays eggs. After the laying egg, after 21 days, the egg become into chick. Make the embryo, a small embryo, slowly start developing of eyes, legs, slowly, and the organism, and finally it become as a, don't think it's not be like a hen. So, like a small chick, it develops. Into a small, it's a bird, but don't think it's bird. A small chick is developed. After developmentation of a small chick, it later grows up. But once the chick is developed inside of the egg, complete developmentation of 21 days, the egg gets hatched, meaning it breaks down into pieces. From here, chick comes out. Got it? So by this way, in hen, reproduction takes place and lay eggs. Internal fertilization takes place even though it lay eggs, and the baby developmentation takes outside of the female body. Got it? This is about hen. Then we look at about look at in other animals like frog and silk moth. Already you learned about silk moth in your 7th class. So again, one more time I'll try to repeat it. In a process goes on called metamorphosis. This is a process goes on metamorphosis. In frog, generally external fertilization takes place. External fertilization takes place. Mean on one frog body, something I try to draw like a frog. So look at this is, imagine it's a female frog. On that, the another male frog sits, and this male frog, with the help of hindlimbs, it starts pushing off the abdomen of female. It starts pushing off the abdomen of female. The same movement from here, the eggs released out, mean ovum released out. And the same when eggs are releasing from here of the female body, procedure called copulation. By the process of copulation, the eggs are released out as well as sperms are released out. This phenomenon takes place near water. In water, they release eggs and sperms so that the sperms and come and reach to the ovum and forms finally zygote. And these zygote later slowly become as an embryo. Embryo to finally eggs to embryo to finally they form tadpole, develop as a tadpole. And these tadpole generally here this metamorphosis, actually what is the meaning of metamorphosis, you know? The changing of the body, the process of phenomenon of organism, changing of the organism from egg to frog, like and one shape to another shape is called metamorphosis. In these metamorphosis, generally egg to tadpole develops and later tadpole to frog develops. Mean here, to become similar to its mother, it should change from egg to tadpole to frog. Then mean here the changing of body is taking place. This changing of the body to become similar to its mother is called metamorphosis process. Got it? In these metamorphosis, generally the structures will be different. For example, if you look at about the tadpole, it has tail and shaped like a fish and has gills. Nothing, it's not similar, not at all similar. The tadpole's shape is like this. Am I right? But when you look at about the frog, it has limbs, hind limbs and forelimbs and hind limbs. Forelimbs and hind limbs for jumping they use. And they don't have tail and not be shaped like a fish. And they do not have gills, they have lungs. Here see how much modification is taking place in their body. Tail should be disappeared. Fish's shape should be disappeared and limbs should be appear. And instead of gills, lungs should be developed. So here, not only in the shape of the body, in inside organ developmentation also should change to become similar to their mother. So the body is changing from a shape to similar to its mother by a phenomenon is called metamorphosis. It not only takes place when in frog, even it also takes place in silk moth. So I hope you maybe understand. Here the external fertilization is taking place. They release ovum and sperms outside of the water. In water, the fusion of male and female is taking place and forming zygote. And these zygote later develop as a embryo and later become as a tadpole which has tail and appearance like fish and has gills. And later this tail disappears and the fish shape, lost fish shape and slowly first its hind limbs develop, later the forelimbs develop, later the hind limbs develop. First only hind limbs develop, later forelimbs. Hind means down, fore means front. So the first back limbs, back legs develop, later front. Got it? And after gills, in the place of gills, lungs develop. This is about frog, metamorphosis of frog. Then what in silk moth? Datil. In silk moth also, the male and female copulate and they start releasing eggs. Where they release eggs? On oak or mulberry. On that leaves they lay eggs. And later, these eggs to become similar to their mother, they change their body. Like eggs too. Eggs hatches and become as a caterpillar. then later slowly develop silk moth. Is it clear? Here also the body is changing from egg to caterpillar to moth. Sorry, here between one more is there. This caterpillar becomes as a cocoon. And this cocoon later become as a silk moth. Got it? So by this way the whole body changes to become similar to its mother. So this is about metamorphosis. Then we look at once again the definition of metamorphosis and examples. Okay. So metamorphosis, it's a process of transformation from an immature form of an animal like larva to its adult form in two or more distinct stages is called metamorphosis. Like if you see frog, egg to tadpole, tadpole to normal small frog to adult frog, right? Like if you look at silk moth, 4 stages there: egg, caterpillar, cocoon to finally silk moth. Even butterfly, housefly also same in mean which changes their immature body to adult body. Further, there are two or more distinct stages are present and they are trying to change their body to similar of their parent, then it is called metamorphosis. Example: frog, silk moth, butterfly, housefly, insects, almost amphibians. Examples for the metamorphosis. So by this way, that by changing of their body or by laying eggs or by giving directly birth to their body due to internal fertilization or external fertilization, anything may be happen, they continues their reproduction. But sometimes we feel like we require a particular character from an animal. For example, you see, if you look at an intelligent boy, then you feel, wow, he's so intelligent. Why I didn't get that intelligence? If you look at a girl, wow, she's so beautiful and smart. Then why I didn't get that smartness as well as her beautiness? So generally we imagine a child should have multi-talented and supposed to be looking good, smart, intelligent and every qualities with a good nature. Then is it possible to get that kind of child? Not possible. But here by the scientifically it is possible. So to get exactly as it is printing of the parent, here there a procedure and phenomenon was followed called cloning. So what is cloning? First which animal they produced and later for which animal they are trying, and is it possible on human or not? We look at now. Okay. So first of all we look at what is cloning. Later in which animal they did this experimentation also we look at. Okay. So now we look at about the cloning here. Cloning, it is the production of an exact copy of an animal by means of a sexual reproduction. Here the another animal reproduction takes place, but by the asexual reproduction exact copy of an animal can be produced. Is it possible in animal? In animal more sexual reproduction takes place. But here by the asexual reproduction the exact copy of an animal can be produced. So how we look at it? An animal which is genetically identical to its parent is called cloned. What is the meaning of cloned animal? Which is genetically exactly of their parents. And it is done by the transfer of nucleus. Just by the transfer of nucleus, Just by the transfer of nucleus, new organism is developed. The procedure is called cloned. Here see, in 5th July 1996, Ian Wilmot was a scientist. He took two types of sheep here. One is female fin dorsal sheep and the one is female Scottish block-faced sheep. So in a female fin dorsal sheep, face is white, whole body is white. And in female Scottish black-faced sheep, body is white but the face is black. So what Ian Wilmot did an experiment means, he collected from the first sheep mammary gland. From the mammary gland, cell from the mammary gland. Mean from where we get milk, from that area he collected his cell. And from that he separated a nucleus. What he separated? Nucleus. He separated nucleus. And from the second sheet he collected egg cell. And from that egg cell he removed exactly nucleus. Now into this body, empty nucleus, he inserted another nucleus into the cell of the egg cell. We removed already nucleus, right? To replace this nucleus, he brought that from mammary gland and inserted. Now, this one later multiplied and slowly became like a dolly. Dolly is a sheep. Generally, it born the time and died on 14th February in 2003. In 2003, this dolly died. It also gave generation for 8 items. So it gave birth for the 8 sheets and later finally died. So here in a cloning, what happens means they exactly pick the exact character. So the dolly which has took birth, generally the ovum is of female, but the dolly got the character exactly of fin dorsal, because you know here the cell has got the nucleus from female dorsal, so that the information of the dolly also was carried by the fin dorsal sheep only. So the face was completely white and even body as it is was right fin dorsal, and it was died in 14th February 2003 because of a lung disease. Good. So later the scientists started doing experiment. When dolly experiment was succeeded, later they started doing experimentation on pigs, dogs, cats, rats, all. Finally they are trying to do in human also. But if you do it in human, some things if goes wrong, then it may become like a robo movie. Then some bad character is highlighted, then what they are thinking, what they are planning for next, we can't decide and we can't say. So like the reproduction process are taking place in different manners. One is a sexual and sexual. In a sexual, again external fertilization, internal fertilization takes place. External again in frog, amphibians like insects. Internal fertilization in humans, like we discussed about the reproductive system of male, reproductive system of female, about sperm and ovum. And also we have seen how a baby develops. And along with that, we also have discussed about cloning and before about metamorphosis. Got it? So by this way, number of organisms give birth to the next generation to continue the life on the earth. So I hope you enjoyed the class and understood everything about it. So thank you students. I hope you enjoyed it. So here I forgot to tell you from the Lakshmi Singh book. Lakshmi Singh book, need to read lesson from State Board also. From State Board, reproduction in animals from State Board, as well as from Lakshmi Singh, page number 142, 144 to 164. Page number 144 to 164 from Lakshmi Singh. From this book, read the lesson properly, completely, whole lesson, and as well as from State Board reproduction lesson. So follow it. In the next class, we discuss what is age of adolescence. So how a male reaches to the age of adolescence, a female, meaning girl child or a boy child, how they reaches to the age of adolescence, how their internal organ develops, and how the secondary sexual characters develop, and what are the mental characters and physical characters. Everything we look at in the next further class. So next class, don't miss it. Very interesting. We learn about number of hormones, different types of hormones, and endocrinal glands, exocrinal glands. Got it? So continue, read and follow, thoroughly read and follow and do the work well. Stay home, be safe. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye students.